Now that you have an understanding of sections and columns, let's talk about widgets. The widgets are a different kind of content block that you can place in your Elementor columns. Widgets are used to add elements to your web pages, and there are a slew of widgets available, and each widget can be edited so you can transform it into exactly what you want it to look like. If you want to add a widget, you simply grab the widget and drag it to a column. Once you do so, you'll see that the panel pane on the left is going to change, and it will give you the ability to make edits to that particular widget. So what we're going to do here is we're going to change this widget to say tests. In addition to changing what the text says, we can make that text a link, we can change the size of the text, and we can change the HTML tag. I will leave this as an H2 for right now. In addition, we can change the alignment of how the text is going to sit within the column block. I'll leave mine at left-hand align. I'm going to go to the Style tab, and this will allow us to control visual attributes about this particular widget. So I'm going to change the color of this widget. We'll make the color white. Then you can change typography settings by clicking the pencil icon here, and we have a slew of different sorts of font families that we can change this to. You can change the weight, if that is available for that particular font, along with the text transform and the style of the text. You can also change the text decoration, change the line height, letter spacing, and word spacing. In addition, you can add a stroke to text or add a text shadow. We're not going to make changes to any of those particular elements at this time. If we go to the Advanced tab, we'll have the option to change more of the advanced settings. And right now, we don't need to make any changes to this particular text. I'm going to go back to the widget pane, and I'm going to grab the text editor widget and drag this into the column. You'll see a thick blue bar is going to appear wherever you want the widget to be placed within the column. I'm going to place this text editor underneath the header. Once again, I'm going to have the ability to make changes to that particular widget. So here, I'm going to go ahead and paste in some text that I've prepared for this particular area. As you can see, we have our own set of options for this particular widget. Every widget is going to give you its own set of editing attributes that you can use to control the widget. The content is going to primarily allow you to add the content and modify that content in some particular way. The Style tab is going to allow you to change some sort of visual attribute about that particular widget. And then we can control the typography that we want to use, and along with adding a shadow if that is something that we desire. I'll go ahead and I'll go back to the widget editor, and we'll add an image to this right-hand pane. When you add an image widget, you'll see that the editor along the left is going to change like a chameleon and give you options for that particular widget. I'm going to click Choose Image, which is going to allow me to access my media library. And this has a bunch of images that I've already imported into my project. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pick one of the images that I want to use. And for right now, we'll just change the alt text to say tests. Then I'll insert the media. And as you can see, the image is going to be added into my project. We have the option to change the size that the image is going to be displayed at. So if we wanted the image to be at a smaller or larger size, we could change that. But I'll just leave this at the default size of 1024 by 1024. You can give your image a caption, and if you choose attachment caption, it's going to pick up the caption from the media library. We didn't add a caption, so that won't work. We can add a custom caption, and if we go ahead and type something in there, you can see that the caption text is going to appear underneath the image. For my purposes here, I'm going to just click None. Then I'm going to go to the Style tab. And as you can see, I have the option to modify different style attributes for the image element. For this particular image, I'm just going to leave everything at the default. We'll go to the Advanced tab and let's plug in 0 for the margin and the padding. As you can see, once I've done that, the space between these two columns has disappeared. I'll go ahead and click Update to save these changes. And then if I want to preview it here on this pane, I can hide the Editor tab, or I could click this icon, which will allow me to preview the changes in a preview-based window. As you can imagine, each particular widget is going to have its own set of modifications that you can make. Being able to quickly incorporate the various types of widgets into your project and then being able to customize them any way you want is a huge time saver. It allows you to very quickly and efficiently build out various page-based content.